#Kangaroos podcast. Here is your host, Dean Masich.
G'day everyone and welcome back to the #Kangaroos podcast. I'm Dean Vasic. You can follow me on X at #Kangaroos, Instagram #Kangaroos podcast. It's a massive Saturday coming up for North Melbourne supporters with both our AFL and AFLW sides in action, and we've got plenty to preview. Joining me after a long absence, Claire, Cozzy and Jacinta. But we will start with the men's game after North Melbourne's outstanding 23-point win over the Western Bulldogs on Thursday night. Then we'll transition into the AFLW, which these girls are really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to as well. But for the men, the challenge now is backing it up after last week. Claire, Jacinta, thanks so much for joining me tonight. It's been a while. Claire, what's news with you? What have you been doing for the last 6 months?
Well, I have been riding the highs and lows of the North men's season, interspersed with obviously a bit of World Cup. I was lucky enough to jet offset to Japan and Korea for a little bit of time, so that was really cool. Got really into baseball, got really into soccer for a bit, and I have to tell you, Dean, we've been following sport the incorrect way our entire lives. The best way I found to follow sport is just rock up, be whimsical, go for a team, enjoy it, no matter what happens, cheer and go home happy. It's insane. Like not having anything on the line in a game of sport, huge. It's incredible. It's such a nice feeling. It's like the gut-wrenching feeling that I normally get walking into Marvel versus like walking into an open stadium in Seoul where I've just decided I'm going to go for a random soccer team and I'm so happy that they score. I'm so happy if they draw, and like even if they lose, I'm like, well, someone's having fun, so good for them. Like I feel like I've been on a massive exploration of how to follow sport, and I've been doing it wrong. That is though the women's AFL is my ride or die, and they've never let me down. So we're back into it. Round 1 is on the weekend. Very excited. And we are coming off the high, I think, of the men's pretty amazing win. It's the first top 8 we've beaten in how long? And we did it convincingly too. Like it wasn't just we just got over them. We won by 4 goals or so. So yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks, but I am nervous. This doubleheader against Geelong is very nerve-wracking because I think if you're a North women's supporter, incredible, outstanding. It'll be the most amazing, whimsical, loving, relationship you have with sport. But then, as we know, Patrick Dangerfield sitting on the bench at 3/4 time with a kebab is also what happened when we played Geelong last at Marvel. So I've got mixed feelings about this weekend. How are you guys feeling, though?
I'm feeling pretty good, Claire.
Wow.
I feel like I've learned a lesson in those last couple of minutes you chatted to me about. It feels like you're almost saying, don't worry about the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the process. So
that's it.
Look, I'm feeling pretty good. I was feeling a bit nervous, Claire, but now I'm feeling pretty good.
No, you're good.
After 15 losses in a row, it doesn't matter against Geelong anymore. So.
You do get desensitized. Like I'm sort of like, if we would get within 5 goals of the Cats, the men's, I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, yeah, it's not bad. Like,
I'm not going to look at the scoreboard, Claire, so it doesn't
okay,
really
great. Yeah, huge. Yeah,
Jacinta,
fair.
I'm going to go to you now. Been an interesting few months for you. You got a new dog. You're telling me off air. That's keeping you in check. What else is news with you?
I guess that's probably the main development in my life. But otherwise, I think it's a good week to talk footy because the men have definitely had me on a roller coaster this year. I think I was definitely hate watching for a patch there, but I guess the past couple of weeks they've come good again. So I'm just hoping we stay on the up for the last couple of weeks so we go into the off season happy as well. I mean, I know the women will still be winning every weekend, but it's still nicer going to like the trade period, etc., with some positivity, I think.
Well, I'm a bit nervous about the trade period now with what I'm hearing in the last 24 to 48 hours. We're going to throw everything at Ollie Hollins and Nick Murray and all these types of players.
Oh no, yeah.
So
Woof.
I'm not looking forward to any of that, Jacinta. But like Claire says, don't worry about the outcome. You can't worry about those things. But after a performance like last week, Claire, are you expecting the Roos to carry that momentum going into this weekend? Can we turn it around after 15 losses in a row against Geelong?
I mean, short story, no, but that doesn't. But that's not really
Long
good for the
story, please.
Yeah, exactly. Expand. That's not really good. It's like when my kid's in class and I ask them a really long question and hope that they answer with something great. They're like, "No, I don't get it." Look, I think they should have. It's been a decent block of footy. I think we did well against Hawthorn. I think Nick Larkey on the 3/4 siren put us up by 1 point, 3/4 time down in Tasmania, and then they kind of kicked the first three and they took the wind out of the sails. Then they obviously won a pretty decent game against the Dogs on Marvel on the Thursday Night Lights as well, bit of pressure on them. So I do think that they should bring a certain level of confidence to their football. I also think, if we're being a little bit honest, these last two games with the Doggies win, I still want them to perform well, but it does feel like a bit of a free whack. And what I mean by that is it's sort of like Sydney and Geelong are kind of looking down the barrel of finals and what they're going to need to do to stay deep in September. And we're looking at, maximal damage, I guess, of what we could do against the really tough boy teams. I'd like to see us score. Like we scored 100 points on the weekend. I think that was really important. It kind of was a throwback to the earlier part of the season. Remember when we were playing really high scoring games, between round 1 to I think round 6-ish. And then we got really conservative again after the Freo whacking. So I still would like to see a high scoring game, even if that means Geelong has a high scoring game against us. But I think it's just the knowledge and understand that we can score and play that game style, I think is exciting for supporters. And I'd like to see George Wardlaw again, because who else? Like, who doesn't want to see George? He's everyone's favourite. Like, your favourite AFL player is now George Wardlaw. So he's just going to be really good to watch again, and hopefully he can run up his game time, maybe try and push it at like a 60 to 65%. So lots of things to look forward to, but Geelong men's have haunted us. So I am a little wary, to be honest. Dean, and just how are you guys feeling about it?
You go ahead, Jacinta.
I guess I'd like to say I'm relieved it's at Marvel, but I know we did cop that big shellacking last year from a Marvel, but I don't know. The only thing I just think is that at least Jeremy Cameron's not playing and Max Holmes isn't playing, and both of them tore us up last time. So hopefully that brings us a couple goals closer. So maybe you're right. Maybe we do lose by 5 rather than the 7 or 8 we lost by earlier in the year. But I hope that don't get killed, because I think that just kills all the momentum that they've built the past few weeks. That worries me. You're definitely right. That kebab on the bench, it's a haunting image.
Yeah, that was a tough watch last year when he's eating a kebab at 3/4 time, because they're about 120 points up on us at 3/4 time. It's like it really is taking a piss. But I feel like we've improved a little bit since then, Claire. You mentioned George Wardlaw. He's the heart and soul of this team.
Yes.
We're a different team and almost a different club when he's out there each week. And it's coincided when he was out of the team for that 4-week period. We lost every game. But in saying that, Claire, a lot of those games, we just haven't had our kicking boots on. Nick Larkey has lost confidence for the first time in his career. He never looked like he was going to kick goals there for a period, having shots from 30 out, barely making the distance. So it's probably coincided with poor kicking, not having George Wardlaw. So if you get that right, which we did last week, all of a sudden, those close losses might turn into wins.
Mate, you sound like my text messages to Dad, because I said to him, if PC doesn't get suspended every year for something that is outrageous,
for a tackle,
for a tackle, if PT actually plays a full season and maybe doesn't get killed in the off season as well, keep in mind that he had that horrific injury overseas, and he's putting out these numbers, which is crazy. If George Wardlaw could play 70% of time on ground every week, and Nick Larkey wasn't just a decoy forward for us, then I reckon, because you think about the games, particularly I think a lot about the GWS game at the start, like kind of towards the start of the season, where I think they only beat us by a couple of points in Canberra. I think about the Collingwood game. I think that's definitely one that we could have won as well. I think we gave up that game against West Coast over there. I think in round 1 or 2.
Round 2, yeah.
Yeah, that was a killer, and I think those are 3 very winnable games. Realistically, like I look back on them, and you really sort of, I'm a bit frustrated we weren't able to win 1 out of those 3. That being said, though, the next time we play West Coast, we were lucky to escape from death with Waterman. Waterman is the only forward at the moment that has worse kick than Larkey. He is rubbish. He is off. He's awful at the moment, which is really sad because you kind of reminds me of Lindsay Thomas when he had the yips for a while and just, he was putting them in 4th row Marvel, but out in the fall, unfortunately. So, yeah, look, Larky's hard. It might be the weight of leadership. It could be carrying something. At the moment, I literally said to Dad, he's got to be a decoy forward, and then at least it allows Trembath and anyone else to get, a better key positioning. So, yeah, I think if we had that win against the GWS, maybe the Collingwood and the Eagles, it could probably put us into wildcard. But woulda, shoulda, coulda, I guess, is somewhat of a story of this season. Like, I think we have improved. Like, you can tell we've closed the gap on things. But I guess this is coming into the Sydney and Geelong game. That's another thing that I think supporters want to see is that, yeah, maybe we're not winning these games, but we're not losing by 120 points. And like Jacinta said, not having Cameron playing, who kicked 11 on us in Marvel, is a pretty big out. So I hope that we're able to see on the weekend that the distance between Geelong and us from last year has closed, I guess, is my aim.
I was expecting it to close about 5 years ago, but Geelong seem to, just find these hidden gems and seem to always, stay up there each year, even though they've got players that are over 30. They're almost like the Australian cricket team, don't have a player under 30, but...
Well, the cotton on farms help, don't they?
well, that's it. So
I'll tell you what, it's been fun because I live local. Like,
yeah, you do. Yeah.
Oh, mate, the cult down here. As soon as all that fodder came out about the what was it, Colajasny and all that? Yeah, the concussion. Oh, they were just up in arms. They're like, oh, they can't do this. They can't take our draft picks. I was like, oh, mate, like, God forbid something happened to Geelong. You guys are protected species. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Dangerfield's back, so that's a nice reminder of him on the bench.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just sitting in the forward pocket. So, but we've got Griffin and Lake, so no need to worry.
No again.
They call him. His nickname's the Blanket for a reason, Jacinta. So he just quells everyone that gets in his way. Jacinta,
so worrying.
I guess. Have you seen improvement this year from a team, or I've said numerous times this year, I feel like the talent, and even David King and a few media people have sort of said that the talent has improved. The young guys like Sheasel, Finn O'Sullivan, Luke Parker's grown a level. Jack Darling's still being a good key forward. I don't know if the system has carried us to good performances. This man-on-man defending, I don't think it's sustainable long term. I'm pretty sure it isn't. No one else seems to do that. Every other team does a press or a zone. Even a women's team do that. They do a press. So I don't think that's sustainable. But do you see improvement as far as individuals go, which is the way I kind of look at it? Or do you see like, oh, no, Clarkson's building something here?
I'm with you. I think there's been more... probably individual improvement, but maybe like an overall team confidence seems to have been built, or some resilience as well. I just think, I think even before the win last week, I did think, no, I'm pretty sure we've improved. Like, I know people were saying, we beat up on the teams that were below us, but for a decade, we were that team. So I just think that
Yeah,
people
true.
just kind of lost that perspective that we never used to even beat the 17th ranked team. So I just think we should enjoy beating those teams a couple of times a year just for a little while. So, I mean, for me coming into the year, I thought 8 was probably break even. So now we're on 9. So for me, we've definitely passed well and truly. So, but I do think if we hadn't won that game, I mean, I still would have thought, no, we've gotten better. But I think to end the season on 10 losses in a row or whatever it would have just been really flat. And then we would have gone into another off season of Caro and Damo kicking our heads
Yeah.
in and kicking Clarko's head in. So now I think at least that buys us a little bit more time. And I also think it gives us more of a positive outlook again, like just I don't know, it's just a little bit of an easier place to sell to other players and other coaches, which seems like we're going to shake up the assistant coaches box at the moment. So yeah, overall, I think we have improved, but you are right. I think it's definitely been more improvement from individuals rather than as like a cohort. I think the system still needs some revamping, but hopefully we get some new assistant coaches in and they can maybe overrule Clarko in a couple of things. If that's what's going on, if it's Clarko overruling all of them, it'd be nice to get some fresh ideas and rework that defense. But maybe it's also just a lack of talent back there that really is just holding us back. I really hope it's actually just a lack of talent. And the system, because I feel like that's fixable. The system to me at the moment, it does not seem fixable over an off season. So yeah. Anyway, I think overall we've gotten better. But yeah, I think it's definitely a lot is down to individual improvement.
No, fair enough. Well summed up there too, Jacinta. Claire, we'll go to team selection now. There's no changes this week, which means Josh Goda, who's declared fit, is an emergency. There's obviously a lot of criticism. There's been a lot of criticism throughout the course of the year with team selection. Clarko and the selection committee seem to be going a lot with the senior players. Almost casting aside players like Riley Hardiman. Will Dawson, when he played, he gets 20% game time. We've only blooded in 2 first-year players as well. Taylor Goad came in for 2 games. And I can't remember who Lockie Doveston, after a promising pre-season, has fallen away. And yeah, he's been out of the team for pretty much the second half of the year. Team selection has been a bit funny this year, Claire, to say the least.
It has been odd. I was just thinking about maybe Dover doesn't get in because he's too busy egging people's cars.
We're all
Look,
young ones, Claire. We've all made stupid mistakes. And,
mate, I would hate for my sins to be on the internet. Hence why I've taken some time off Twitter. I go in there here and now and again, but I'm just like, oh God, you know what? The world doesn't need to hear my thoughts. I barely need to hear them myself. No, look, yeah, there has been some conjecture, as there always is, around team selection. I mean, every time he picks Logue, I cringe. So, yeah, it's hard. But it's hard with the fact that, like, Toby Pink's unavailable. Dersma's been, by and large, unavailable for the back half of the season with an injury as well. So, I understand the persistence. I think he kind of gave Whitlock a stint of games to kind of prove himself, and it hasn't. Like, he's done all right in the VFL. I've watched him, and he has
it was
some
good last week.
Yeah, he has some promising signs. He's got the hops, which is great. No, I don't think Dover knocks out Banch. Banch probably had his best AFL game last week against the Doggies. I thought that small forward role that we've been crying out for at North probably since Thomas left. Banch did pretty well on the weekend with that. It is, I think, the problem with like the Hardiman, the Will Dawson sort of situation as well, and then it's, I think playing half back is an incredibly difficult role, and I think it's the balance that you want to get right. And I think one of the biggest frustrations I have as a North fan is watching how easily our ball gets transitioned down from the other end, from our forward line into their forward line, and I think the run and carry, though, that Hardiman provides, he's a big, tall guy, so that's really helpful to have on that half-back line. But we've got a lot of... North are never short of half-back flankers. We're short of key position backs. So juggling with that, with Goda's injuries, I think has been a little bit hard this year. I'm still not really sure, like in terms of what the right mix is down there. So I think that's the whole idea. Is you kind of tossing up magnets and trying to make them fit and trying to find the right chemistry between the players. But I have enjoyed the fact that Harry Sheasel now is not a half-back flanker and he gets pure mid centre bounces mixed with also half forward. Like he can go forward and be damaging. I think that's finally kind of fair. And then, like I know David King says it a lot with McKercher. McKercher's good north to south. He's rubbish
Yeah.
west to east. So yeah, it's I kind of get it. Everyone gets on Twitter after the team selection and decides to have a conniption fit over something, but I think long term trying to find the right mix, because honestly, you're going to have to find another Luke Parker in about 2 to 3 years, and I think potentially that's what maybe a Hardiman will be ideally. So, but it's also you got to play Luke Parker at the same time as that as well. So yeah, it's hard. Some of them have me rubbing my forehead in confusion, but I guess they don't pay me the big bucks for those things, and um, yeah, sometimes you just have to go with the flow. So yeah, I mean, what is it? Core and Loke. Core had that back injury, obviously, but he's fit to go, which is good. He doesn't really though play funny buggers though, Clarkson. Like once you're in, you're in. Like there's no been really late emergencies or late outs, has there? It's just very much like that's the team. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what will happen on the weekend because Geelong have just got a very potent forward line. But fingers crossed, it's the right mix. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it's still a bit too tall. Yeah, like Jacinta, I think it was a few weeks ago. I think every player on the list that was over 195 centimetres seemed to have gotten a game. They went too top heavy up forward. They went too top heavy up back. I didn't know what they were doing. It didn't make any sense. Clarkson was even critical after secured a game. Yeah, it was we were a bit too top heavy in the forward half. I'm paraphrasing. But
Yeah.
sort of saying, yeah, well, and then the next week he's picked the exact same team. So I've found selection very bizarre this year, Jacinta. How have you found it?
Yeah, it has definitely been frustrating. I don't understand the times when we've been playing the three rucks. That has really,
Well,
really
the third
thrown
ruckman gets
me.
20% time on ground as well. Like,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I was debating this with my dad as well because he's a North supporter, and then he said, "Oh, well, maybe he's just trying to give the young kids a go." And I said, "But it's not a go. If they're playing 20, 30% of the game, they may as well not play. It just drives me insane." So, but the way that they did it last week was a little bit better because Dawson had more of a run, and you actually got to see him out there, which was, I think it seems to function better when Dawson is playing that ruck forward role rather than Whitlock, who just plays up in the forward line. I mean, I did like the look of Whitlock, I can't lie, but
yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, also the backline mix is also driving people crazy a bit too. I think people just really want to see Godo and Hardiman together. That would probably be a nice view, I think, on the team sheet. But yeah, I mean, like Claire said, Clarko doesn't really muck around for team changes, but I am surprised that Core is fine because he was really looking like an old man last week. So I'm not sure if he pulls through. I mean, I hope he does because their forward line can be a bit scary, especially because they've got like pressure players and we don't have many good kicks back there. So once the heat's on, we're in trouble. But yeah, like you, Dean, I have been very frustrated with selection overall this year, especially the Bailey Scott ones. They were really driving me crazy.
Oh, Bailey Scott.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. He was completely out of favour. Then all of a sudden, they just put him in. It was only the last game where we hit the post from about 2 metres out and did other things. So, yeah, that you think, no, this guy's not up to the level anymore. Unfortunately, he's just completely fallen off a cliff. So, yeah, there's no point playing these sorts of players that, are out of contract, not going to be there next year. Ideally, but yeah, he didn't want to play the kids. It's almost like my job's on the line. I trust these senior blokes more, so I'm just going to pick them because they can follow a system. But there's no upside with picking players like that. And you see someone with Zach Bench, a continuity is important. Giving them 3-4 games in a row, understanding the pace of the game, system, and his craft has improved immensely. Just getting continuity. Last 3 weeks he's played 4 of the last 5 games. Missed a game through injury, but he looks quite at home. He looked quite at home last week, playing the level. So that's all you can ask. Wolf Whistle came in. Thanks everyone for the show. Rewarding winning form, I don't mind, but shame the GOAT is not back. At least Hardiman keeps his spot. That's a good point. At least Hardiman. Well, it probably would have been one or the other. Hardiman would have been, if Hardiman was out, the GOAT would have come in. I honestly think we're half a chance for the Cats, and then the Swans game is a dead rubber for them, so we could finish on 11 wins. You never know. That's a very optimistic approach, Wolf Whistle, but no, thanks for coming in the chat, mate. I appreciate it. Colin McKercher, I think he's the opposite of Zoolander, can't turn right. You can only do... Zoolander can't turn left, isn't that right? So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So. Anyways... Before we'll get a final prediction before we go into AFLW and previewing their season coming up. Claire, what's your final prediction? I think you might have said 5 goals.
Yeah, I'd take 25 to 30 point loss, and I'd really want us to hit anywhere between 85 to 100 points. I think that's what we should aim to get out of it. We should aim to try and have a more attacking brand of football. I don't care if they make mistakes. I don't care if Colby accidentally turns it over in the middle or something like that, and we give away. I'm like, there's 2 rounds left. Let's be a bit more daring. I sort of said in another group chat, I was like, I want all gas, no brakes. Like, may as well. Let's just try and really end with a bang and show a really offensive and attacking style. So, yeah, North lose by 25, but we put 100 on the board. I'd be pretty stoked with that. And no kebab. No kebab. I don't want any food on the ground. I think that would be good. And I wouldn't mind PC to take. How did he not get hanger of the round? Did you guys see that?
Crazy.
Oh my days! That man is cursed.
Yes.
He's just.
Yes. He needs to try a different number or something. I don't know.
Seriously, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I did see Harvey Langford's mark. It was very good. Like, it was a good mark, but I just feel like PC, just anything he touches, like, I hope he has another ripper game, because I think he's in a vein of form and I love him. I'd love him to attend some more centre bounces. I think he's got a really antagonistic, like, exciting kind of like style of footy. So I'd like him to really see a really great couple of 2 weeks from PC and Wardlaw and the kids. I think that'll be a good way to end the season.
No, fair enough there, Claire. Jacinta, what's your prediction for the game?
I do think we're maybe like a 20-30% chance of winning. I mean,
what? That's amazing.
A slight chance of winning. But no, I think we'll probably go down by 5 or 6 goals. I think they will maybe just set that lead and we just probably won't be able to get it back, I think. So, but yeah, I honestly, the same thing. Against Geelong, I'm just so happy to just not lose by 10. And it's the same against Hawthorn a couple of weeks ago. I was just happy to not lose by 10 goals. So they're just one of those teams for us. And well, I mean, the Doggies were that for us as well, but at least we've broken that one. But yeah, I think Geelong will probably still be that one for another year or so.
Oh, you'd have to think so, yeah. I'm gonna say, Claire, you're gonna be shocked here. I'm gonna say we're gonna beat them.
Oh wow! Wow.
Now this is what's gonna happen,
days.
Claire.
Okay,
the
here we go.
AFLW team, after they finish their game, will stay on the field.
Oh,
play
okay.
against Geelong, and they'll beat them.
Okay. Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah,
you're cooking. You are cooking with that. Yeah.
Except for Griffin Logue, he'll be the 17th player, and for 18th player, we'll have the Charlie Spargo in the forward line. So
Okay.
just to
change
make sure
that.
we get the win. Yeah, just to make sure we get the win and keep Geelong in the game. So that's the way I'm looking at it, Claire. So
I like it. It's different. It's unusual. I think they won't know what's going to attack them. It's like, that was our warm up game, guys. That's cones for us. We just would warm it up on Marvel. Now's the real stuff.
Ferg
huge.
Shannon Neal is not going to get a touch with Ferg there.
Nah,
so.
he's got weird eyes. That guy. His eyes are too close together. I don't know. I don't trust him. I don't trust people that have names that are like, you know, their first name and their last name. I don't trust guys that like, it's like Patrick Voss. His eyes are too close together.
Yeah, I have that with him. I definitely
There's
have
something
that.
untrustworthy about it. I don't understand. It keeps me on edge. I don't like it. So,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I
it's the
just
opposite of Shakira. The eyes don't lie instead of the hips don't lie.
seriously,
So-
I also just I don't know. I don't want him to win a flag. I don't want Geelong to win a flag. I don't want Sydney to win a flag. I don't want. Basically, only people that I would think it's okay, I think, is North, obviously, and then I don't mind Wharfie time. I'm okay with Wharfie time.
Yeah, I don't mind the purple. I don't mind
Yeah, and I think if you're ever going to do it, like, you know, it's been 30 years. Everyone kind of is like, all right, just have one already and then move on. Like,
Mm.
I'm not big. On a side note, I know I'm side questing here, Dean, but if you were to have someone win the AFL Grand Final this year that wasn't us, who would it be?
Yeah, probably Freo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of any of the other teams up there, to be honest with you. So
Nah.
yeah, Freo would probably be the one I
Yeah.
want. Yeah,
I
to win.
can't fathom Charlie Curnow winning a flag after jumping ship and being a sook at Carlton. I can't fathom that. I can't even think about Draper winning a flag.
Oh,
Like,
please. I'll be so
Oh,
sick.
Brisbane.
I'll be
yeah.
sick this time. And like, look, we all hate Essendon because we're North Melbourne fans, but even I can recognise that's dog. They picked
Yeah.
him up. They gave him a career out of nowhere. They handed him through an Achilles or whatever other injury, and he's just lobbed up there. It's dog. I don't know. I think in this world, you have ethics and your morals, and you stand by them. And I'm gonna feel very ill if Sam Draper wins a flag.
He's actually had a good year too.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a very good recruit.
and him and Oscar Allen. That's another one. I'm like, oh, you are a captain of a football club, that is the bottom of the ladder, and you've leapt off the sinking ship to
Yeah.
go. It doesn't. Oh,
He decided early last year too that he.
absolutely,
Yeah,
he did. He was queuing the
He
rack.
was already
It was-
meeting with other clubs and stuff.
Absolutely, and I don't know. I don't know. On one hand, I sort of get it. If it was my workplace as well, I'd sort of say, well, how do I go and chase the best version of myself? I get that, but on another, God, it's pretty dog, isn't it? Like, especially after Essendon supporters had to go through the Joe Danaher, and now they got the repeat version of Draper. Like, it's no good.
And the good teams are getting stronger, where
Oh.
other teams are getting left behind, unfortunately, with free agency. So
I had that argument with a brain dead Geelong supporter the
Oh,
other day.
you
Oh, it
can't.
was so annoying. He was just like, "Oh, will North ever get better?" I was like, "I don't know. Will Geelong ever stop salary cap cheating?" And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "You got a lot of high draft picks." I was like, "Mate, draft picks don't count. Like free agency.
it's
we
all
can have
compromised
Jared-
anyway. The draft, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, look, every time we've had good draft picks, there's been father sons, Ashcroft twins, Dacos's, like Horn Francis decides he needs his mum. Like, it's just like it's all compromise. And they're like, oh, I'm like, the best way that you can win a flag is easily through free agency. Like, it is
Yeah.
just
that
the-
helps. Yeah.
it helps so much. And like,
Well,
you
Zach
can't.
Butters is going to go somewhere I don't know. Well, there's talk of him going to Geelong now. So
Yeah, I've heard that as well. They're whipping their lips about that. They are getting up and about. And I was like, you can't afford Butters. Like, surely they can't afford him. Not with what all the other people are offering him. I just don't see how he would move that many metrics. Western Bulldogs, having watched them last week, yeah, it'd be good to have another explosive inside midfielder that could probably kick goals. But for me, they need their backline sorted. They've probably I reckon they've got a worse backline than us. And that's saying
I
something.
actually think they do as well.
it's
Yeah.
very small. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very skinny. Yeah.
It's it's all well and good for like Luke Darcy to come back obviously next year, and that adds a lot of firepower to your forward line. But their forward line's not the issue; it's the defense. It's horrible. It's so bad, and like you can have all the Bontempellis in the world, but if you can't defend, I personally think flags win you premierships. Like, look at our backline. Our backline of the women's is the best backline easily in the league, and that's what wins us flags. Like, of course, you got to put a score on the board, but you got to defend it. So, anyway, how did I get side questioned to this? I'm very sorry. Again,
You did it to yourself as well.
yeah, I know. I do it to myself. Can you imagine being in my classroom? You'd hate it. You'd be like,
I
what
don't
are we
think-
learning about again?
I was just about to mention, I don't think Luke Darcy's played AFL football since 2008, Claire.
Well, yeah,
So-
well, Sam, Sam. Apologies for that. Yeah, no, Sam. Sam Darcy. Luke hasn't played in a while, has he? He's very.
No.
It's been a while.
His son's taken over. Well, we might as well transition into the AFLW because the quest for a three-peat officially begins this Saturday, 1 p.m. It's an incredible position for this football club to be in. Back-to-back premiers, the benchmark of the competition over the last couple of seasons. 0 losses in that time. The opportunity to do something truly special by winning a third consecutive premiership. North Melbourne enters the season as reigning premier with another campaign beginning on Saturday. The expectations are obviously high, but with success comes a little bit of pressure. Every team is going to come after North Melbourne. You're no longer the hunters, you're the hunted. So how are you feeling heading into round one? I'm pretty confident, but are you just as confident?
I am pretty confident as well, actually, Dean. It's just taken a couple of years, but I'm finally at the point where I'm like, I think we're good. I think we're good now. So I was actually looking at, I think it was 7 Plus or one of those Channel 7 accounts were posting that last year they posted which team's going to end North Streak, and now this year they're posting it again. And I was just looking through like the draw and just seeing it like that. I was just looking at it like, I don't think there's no one. There's honestly no one that would beat us unless we've got 7 or 8 injuries or we're just completely just tanking and resting everyone up. And I just think it wouldn't be to somebody like good, like Melbourne or Brisbane. I don't think we'd lose to them. I think they'd get pumped up for them. I think we'd lose to like a mid-table, like a St Kilda, like Hawthorn, like them, because we'd just be like, oh, we've got them. And then we just would tank to them. But then like a really bad team, doesn't matter who we put on, we'll smash Essendon. That's fine. It's just, yeah, I think if we lose, it'd be to like a mid-table team. I don't know why. That's just my feeling. But again, I looked at the fiction. I don't see it coming.
Fair enough. That's very confident words there, Jacinta. What about yourself, Claire? Just as confident this year as previous years?
Yeah, I'm fairly confident, Jacinta, we're not going to lose to St Kilda. That's if we lose to St Kilda, yeah, all bets are off. I'm happy to do any dare that you want me to do because that's. Well, I watched St Kilda.
I know what she's getting at. Yeah, she's
I
just
understand.
using
No,
an example.
yeah, I do. I understand. The slip up could happen when you are least expecting it, and it could come from a mid-table, like, yeah, a team what you maybe kind of went in pretty cocky with and maybe didn't do your plans. But I guess it's not in their nature, right? They're still hungry. They're still excited. They're a pretty strong and connected group as well. We were talking off air about the all-Irish versus all-Australian team and how the best players just play for North. Like Bogot one end, kicking goals, and Randall on the other, and Jazzy and Ash feeding it to each other. So, yeah, I mean, it's also having things like the luxury of Jenna Bruton basically being able to play any role on the field, other than ruck, I suppose. We've got so much depth, and I'm really pleased for. I think is it Mahoney or Marnie? Claire Marnie. Claire Marnie. That's huge for her, and I think the amount of obviously effort that she's done to get herself in that place to break into that team is very cool. So I think there's little milestones throughout the season as well that players will look forward to. Like, yeah, debutanting. I know Christy Lee Weston Turner. I think she's in the VFL team this weekend, and so she'll earn her stripes. She's a number 1 draft pick, obviously, but she will still have to earn her stripes, and that'll be exciting when she comes into the team. I am fascinated probably in round 7 against Melbourne. I think Melbourne were the team systematically that probably really put us in a place where I was like, at that prelim final, I was like, oh, this could, like, at 3/4 time, I thought it could be a flip of a coin. I did back us in, but I was like, wow, this is the only team that I think that has got near us within 2 years. So I think their system has somewhat figured us out. Somewhat. A lot of asterisks there. And I think they've lost a bit of personnel. I think every team's kind of been hurt. Like Zanka, their key forward, is obviously not playing for them anymore. And Mick Stinia has gone over to the Cats. So that's why I think round 1 will be very interesting, because I think Mick Stinia has the game plan to figure us out. Unfortunately, with the Cats, I don't think he has the personnel to do that. I think they're a decent side. I watched a couple of their highlights against Brisbane up in Brighton Homes. Michaela Bowen, I think, racked up 40, which is decent. Nina Morrison, I think, got 26 odd. And Jules Crockett Gills, one of my friends, she actually got 2 goals, which was pretty handy. But I think the Cats shit themselves when they play us. I think, I think we've got them covered pretty much on every line in terms of talent. I know they're debuting a couple of new players as well, so I'd be shocked. I'd be going in pretty confident this round, and I think the shock maybe upset will only potentially happen against Melbourne this season. I think Brisbane will do their work against us. I think it'll be a lot closer than what the grand final was. I think there's a lot of pride that football club has, and I think they were very hurt during the last 2025 grand final where they scored 2 goals for the entire game and we smashed them. So I think they'll really look at the calendar and mark that one and sort of bring a lot to that. Meanwhile, they've also got Essendon round 1, so they're playing witches' hats. So they'll have kind of a free warm-up game before they play us. So yeah, I'd say to you off air, Dean, I think the standard for this football club, for this women's program, is just another flag. It's a three-peat, which is incredibly exciting for us supporters. How are you feeling going into the 2026 season?
Yeah, it's hard not to be confident just with the body of work.
Yeah.
And they seem to be getting stronger. Like you get Mia King all of a sudden, who was out for the last 6 weeks, didn't play in the grand final. All of a sudden, a top 15, 20 player just comes into your round 1 team.
Yeah.
So and you can blood a Claire Marnie because of injuries that have happened. We're still waiting on Bresnahan to come through. Unfortunately, Amy Smith is out for the year. Emma Carney's having the first week off, and Taylor Gatt just in the last week as a groin strain will miss the first few weeks. So, but they've got the depth, a lot of depth to cover those injuries. I mean, you got, I think there's 3 players that have come in from the grand final team last year. You got Amy Gavin Mangan. And Claire Marnie has come in as well for a couple of players that are injured. So it's still a pretty strong team. It's probably stronger, almost just as strong as a grand final team. I mean, Emma Carney, she'll be back for round 2. So it's going to be. You can't help but feel confident. That's for sure. But do you know much about Claire Marnie Jacinto? I know she started as a forward. And she has an awesome first name, as Claire Cosy would attest to. But she's, I know, talking to Jasmine Ferguson, she's worked a lot with her to become more of a lockdown defender in the back line. But can you give us much of a description about her, or do you know much about her?
I have only heard what the other girls have said about her. Just that she's got a good set of hands, and what she's from, like countryside, was it like Ballarat, Shepparton way? I don't remember. Somewhere that way. But no, I don't know much about her either. I just know she's been biding her time, her 1 year in the VFL, and now she's in. So, I was actually interested she got in over Boyd.
Weston Turner. Oh, okay.
And Weston Turner. Yeah, but what's happened to Tessa Boyd? Did she play in the practice match? Because I only watched a couple of the quarters. I don't even remember seeing her, but... yeah, give her a go. Give her a go. It's a good week to do it.
No, absolutely. What about yourself, Claire? Do you know much about Claire Marnie?
Unfortunately, I did do that classic thing where I tried to stalk her, but she's on private.
That'll change. That'll change.
Yeah, well, do you reckon though? Sometimes Tessa Boyd's still on private, and I don't have the... I'm too nervous because when they reject, I can't take it, so I just don't do it. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where that could happen. So it's like that whole theory: don't meet your heroes. No, I don't really know much about her. I did hear that she's a really good prospect as a key, and they didn't really know whether to do a back or forward, but obviously they've settled in with back. I think they were saying during the pre-season, because North obviously do 3 pre-seasons before they do a pre-season, is that she was putting up some really good times, like some PBs for her time trials, which is awesome. And I think having Birch and Jazz down there, and even Eliza Shannon and people like that to help her Carney with her craft would be really handy. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like the opposite of the North men's, is that we've had the luxury to kind of dip the toes of the kids in, like slowly ease them in, as opposed to saying, "Okay, Harry Sheasel, we need you to be playing Brownlow football right now." We've had the benefit of kind of easing the kids in. So I think she'll be a rotation down back. I wouldn't expect her to have more than anywhere between 50% game time. I think it'll be limited. And Geelong's forward line, I mean, apart from Aisling Maloney, I'm just trying to. It's not that tall as a back as a forward line. So I don't know what they'll do. Maybe she'll have a trot off the half back. Maybe she'll be like Tess Boyd and have a run and a bounce in her first game and loop it over. I'm not sure. I do feel for Tessa Boyd. I thought they used her for the graphic for the photo.
I did see that.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, Boyd's in. That's huge. That's good. So she's been stitched up there, but I don't know if she's carrying something. I don't know whether she's I'm actually going to have a gaze now. Is she listed in the VFL team? Because I think she was pretty stiff to miss out on the grand final last year, obviously.
I think she's a good depth player.
Yeah.
Look, if you do get injuries, she's there as a depth option. But, yeah, I don't mind trying this clear money. It comes with a lot of raps.
Yeah.
And why not? Like, apparently a pre-season has been really good. I know Jasmine Ferguson was talking her up when I had her on a podcast a few weeks ago. So, yeah, it sounds like she's definitely earned her opportunity. So, yeah, maybe Tessa Boyd just has to wait. Because I think Tessa Boyd came in last year. She was a late inclusion on the list for when Brez did her knee. Yeah, so... Yeah, and she's 29 as well. No other club. Not that every club takes it too seriously, like the AFLW product, but I mean, no other club. She was on no other team's radar or anything like that. So I thought, with Gaddy out for the first few weeks, I thought we might have seen that Abby Farvel.
I thought that too, actually. Yeah.
Because her form in the VFL was quite solid for the first half of the year. She looked really good. Too good for that level. So, we just keep producing him. I don't know if you've checked the VFLW team, Claire, or anything like that.
I tried, but I haven't. It hasn't come out with a list yet. We're playing.
Okay, yep.
We're playing Williamstown at 9:30, but unfortunately.
Is that early?
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. I was like, God, imagine getting up 9:30 to be in Williamstown on a Saturday. So like in theory, 8:30 plus or something. Anyway, unfortunately it's not up yet, but I know that they're definitely feeding the sort of the second string players through the VFL now. Whilst
that's
because
how it should be too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They coincide.
Not just sit on the sidelines having a pie and watching the seniors. Yeah. And
also you can prove your worth, right? Like that's the whole idea. You have a ripper game in the twos, and then you can sort of. I think it's the first time in a while that VFL has aligned with the AFLW season, so the players get that continuity, which is good.
Does that go through the finals as well?
I wouldn't have thought so, because we're in rounds. Where are we in the VFL right now?
There's only about 2 weeks to go, I think.
Well, it's round 14 for this one. That's just like this coming weekend. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow, that's not a lot at all, is it? Only 16 rounds.
But if your seniors are playing, they should be able to play reserves, I would have thought. But
but how many? I'm just trying to think of fixtures and strokes. How long does the VFL? Wait, I'm literally googling it now. It goes up. Oh yeah, there's only 2 more rounds left of the fair. What the hell?
Well, they play more than the AFLW do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I guess if they're playing finals, which North will, that's another way to get some continuity through them as well. Although I wonder what the guidelines like. I imagine the North VFL, AFLW listed girls would have to notch up a few games before they've qualified for finals potentially.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know either. Let's quickly look up the ladder, see where we're at. I know we lost the other week to Dogs, but that was because we could barely fill. My mate nearly had to play. She was listed as an emergency because they had no one. They were
Yeah, because
bereft.
that was the Australian Island game, and
Yeah.
our AFLW team played a senior game, so they got 4 players from the VFLW team to play to fill in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
that's
it.
and they were decent players, they came
Yeah.
in, so
Yeah.
that
So
yeah,
we dropped that game, but
lost
actually,
by a point.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and like yeah, and was a horrendous. It was the thing goes, but
Yeah,
so
shocking.
we've got Willie on Saturday, and they're top of the table, so that'll be a good game. They lost. Their last loss was to Carlton a couple of rounds ago, so they're there for the taking. So we should should be at the top of the ladder very soon again. And even Collingwood drafted the Dominique Carbone. She was a really good player for them, so we've got Collingwood covered. So basically, what I'm saying, Dean, in a nutshell, is not only will our women's AFLW triple three-peat, I think our women's VFLW will definitely three-peat as well. So good time to be a North supporter, eh?
Yeah, as far as the females go, yeah, definitely. But the males, the men
Yeah,
are getting
well,
there. Yeah, the men are getting
slowly
there,
but
so-
surely. Yeah,
Yeah, slowly, but it's been a slow process. But
it feels like
it's good to be humbled by the men too.
it is. It really keeps your ego. It kind of reminds me. I watched that the Odyssey the other day, the Christopher Nolan film, and I thought
Oh, yeah, yeah.
this is like watching North rebuild, North Manchester.
Smithereens.
Was
I
Brady
just-
Rawlings the star in that movie?
Yeah, Brady Rawlings is on that ship. Brady Rawlings, played by Matt Damon, just being swung to all these different islands. Being like, nah, it was the David Noble rebuild, and then we got swept to another island. It was Reece Shaw in the COVID hub, and it was Ben Mackay. I'll tell you what, though, we have dodged a bullet with Ben Mackay. That guy is out of form. He's in the
I think he's
doghouse.
finished. Clear.
You reckon he's done? No,
Yeah.
they can't pay out his contract. They don't have the
No,
money.
they'll keep him on a list, but he'll be a VFL player next year.
Oh.
Yeah, not up to
Woof.
it anymore.
Yeah. Anyway,
It is what it is. Jacinta, are you just as confident with Claire? Not just going into the season, but this game on Saturday. What's your prediction for North Melbourne versus Geelong on Saturday? Do you think we'll be too strong?
Yeah, I think what would be a scary thought for Geelong is that we are playing at Marvel with some nice conditions. Maybe the roof will even be shut. So there will be a few goals kicked, I reckon. So I think we will, maybe first round of the season, we might start a little bit slower. So maybe we'll win by like 7 or 8 goals, I think. That's what I think. But I think if we had met them halfway through the year, they'd be goners.
Yeah, I'm going to back their coach in that Mixton here. I think he's a good coach. I think we'll win by about 4 goals.
Yeah.
I think they'll put up a decent fight, Geelong. What about yourself, Claire?
yeah, I'm on the same par as you. I think they'll gear up. I think the last quarter will tear away.
Yeah.
I think we'll always hold a healthy lead of about 10 points to 2 goals, and then the last quarter we might put the gas on and extend it to maybe 4 or 5 goals. I think talent wise on every line we beat them. Like we're a very good team. I think Geelong systematically will be good. I think they'll rise up again this year. I think they, a couple of years ago, they were a kick away from playing a grand final where they got a dodgy free against them up in Brisbane. So they have the potential of being a very decent list, and I do rate Mick Stenier as a coach. I think I was talking to my friend Jules the other day, and he actually gave him a spray. Apparently, their last coach was quite more of it was a different type of coaching, whereas Nick Stenier will turn around and spray them and give them a crack and really sort of drive the standards. So I think Geelong will be a very different type of team this year, and I think they'll go with us until the last quarter, and then we'll end up kicking a few, and the margin will be about 25 to 30 points. Kind of similar to what will happen in the men's to us, but reverse Uno card.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, I think that's what will pretty much happen. So,
That's actually better. It means we get to go home early.
well, yeah.
We win the
I
first
said
one
to
and then
Dad,
the second we'll go.
he's like, okay, so the double header. I was like, double header, brother. You'll be lucky if I go to see 1 quarter of the men's.
That's right.
But now that we won last week, he said I have to go for a half. So I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. You've put me down. I've got to watch 6 quarters of North Melbourne football. That's the arrangement. But Dean, you'll be there because it's your birthday, isn't it?
Not my birthday, my wife's birthday. So
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
confused. I got that around.
That's all right. No,
Yeah,
mine's,
yeah.
mine's miles away. So, so I'll manage to fleece my way out of that one, and I'll be there for both the games. So that'll be pretty exciting. Good day. So but we might as well go season prediction. I don't think there's too much to say here, Jacinta. You expect a flag this year again?
I do. I would like to say I'm expecting another undefeated season, but that just really seems too much of a stretch to say. I don't know. That seems like a jinx. I think it's very possible, but I don't want to say it out loud. So, yeah, I think we win another flag. That's why we would just stick with that, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty. What about yourself, Claire? Flag quite comfortably. Do you expect us to lose a game?
Sort of like Jacinta, if you say it out loud, it can manifest. I think we could draw one. I don't know whether we'll lose, but I could see us drawing to like a D's or like a round 2 Brisbane, because a Brisbane will come out of the gate and throw everything they possibly can at us. So yeah, I don't think we'll lose, but I think we might draw a game. And I predict that if we do play off in a grand final, I think it will be either D's or potentially Carlton. I really don't think it'll be. And for the sake maybe of the AFLW, maybe it's not good to have Brisbane again. Like, I probably shouldn't say that because we've been in the last 4 grand finals, Brisbane and North, right? Like 23, 24, 25, and 22. What was 20? Oh, that was Brisbane and I think Melbourne. So Brisbane's had its time in the sun. It can not play in a grand final anymore, and I think let's bring in like a D's or I wouldn't mind playing Carlton. They're exciting. They're high scoring. They play a really attacking brand. It's fun to watch. I'm happy to, and we'd beat them. So that's good. But yeah, I think par for the course. It's crazy because a couple of years ago we were like doing match by match analysis and we were like, using candles and manifesting, and it's crazy to think 2 years ago we were like talking about the potential of just winning our first flag, and here we are sitting around being like, I guess we'll just three-peat. Like the casualness of talking about three-peating is crazy to me, considering where we came from. But I think they deserve it. I think the program deserves it. I think it's produced so many great footballers, and I think with the inevitable new agreement that's going to come in for the players and Tassie coming in, I think everyone will be even the AFL will be probably looking to break up the dominance of the Roos. So let's cash in now and get the third flag and go for it. So yeah.
We'll see what happens, I suppose. I think Jacinta may have dropped out because she has disappeared off the platform.
Well, she's done.
She's had enough. Got the season prediction in and thought, no, that's it. But I'm going to ask you this. What's a bold prediction you might have for this year, Claire?
Bold prediction?
Yeah, whether it's a best and fairest winner.
Yeah, my bold prediction is I don't think Jasmine or Ash will win our best and fairest. I don't know who it will be, but I can think of a third party coming in potentially and winning the North best and fairest, like maybe an Isla Sheeran, maybe Mia King's up for.
I was going to say Mia King, yeah.
Oh, Mia King's raring to go. I can't wait to watch her actually on Saturday because she's obviously, through no fault of her own, filthy missing out on that grand final last year, so I reckon she'll be very hungry. And she's very talented. She's got a big. I wonder if she's added some string to her bows in front of goal. Like, we know she's a great inside mid, and she's got great polish, and she's a hard runner, great tackler as well. I wonder whether she's added sort of like the LDU part of his game, whether how he's kicking goals now and kind of breaking lines. I wonder whether Mia King has the capacity to become the premier midfielder in that group. So my bold prediction, Dean, is that Jasmine Garner or Ash Riddell won't win our best and fairest, and we'll have a different player. I don't know who it will be, but it won't be them. What's your bold prediction for the season?
I don't know if it's a bold prediction, but I think Blahin Bogue will win a competition goal kicking. She won it last year, didn't she? I think, or was
Yeah, I think she was
whether it's
equal.
yeah.
Equal
So
best
I
and
think
fairest.
she kicks 30+ goals.
You
This
reckon?
year, so yeah. Oh, she looked so good for Ireland
Yeah.
the other day. So
She did look good.
yeah, and I think her game's going to go to a whole nother level. Yeah, so I'm going to go her, and I think the second leading goal kicker will probably be Talia Randall. So
Yeah.
they're going to kick big scores for fun again this year. Best and fairest winner, you've probably touched on that. Mate, you're sort of thinking someone else, maybe an Isla Sheeran or a Mia King.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, look, it's a midfielders award. That's the thing. We know. They kind of that's their sort of award. So yeah, I would be. It'd be great to see a Mia King or an Isla Sheeran. Maybe I don't know. Her time on ground, it's probably lower than the others, but Ruby Tripodi polling well would be
Yeah.
great. She's a little gun, little pocket rocket. Or like you said, a big forward could get it. A big forward like Bogue could have like big games where she kicks a bag and ends up getting it. We know, unfortunately, the defenders don't. Your favourite in Fergie doesn't get the flowers that she deserves. But yeah, I'd really like to see a Mia King have a phenomenal year. That would be very exciting to watch. Even at Tess Craven. I mean, wingers don't often get it, but maybe if she's more potent in front of goal, if she can. But often I think that Tess Craven kind of does a lot of her clean-up work across the half-back. They kind of use her as that transition kick out, and she's such a great kick. Like, remember that?
Yeah, beautiful.
That bullet pass she had to Garner in the middle of Windy Hill. Oh, my days. I still think about that kick. It's beautiful. So, yeah, it'll be a midfielder, but it won't be Ash, and it will not be Jasmine Garner. And Jasmine Garner, unfortunately, won't win a Brownlow. She's destined. She's sort of like Marcus Bontempelli. She won't win one.
Something like that. Yeah, but no, I don't. She doesn't really care about that or anything.
Nah.
Like that, so no. I'll go actually as another bold prediction. I think Jazz Ferguson will kick a goal this year. So
oh, that would be huge. I think. I mean, if she kicks a goal, we have a bender. That's what I'm saying. Like we go off.
Yeah, I'm frothing thinking about it, Colette.
I'm worried. My biggest worry though, Dean, is that the only way she could do that, and God love her, is that because I think she'd get so nervous in front of goal. She'd almost have to get like 100-meter penalty, kind of like Kate Sheila in the grand final. You'd almost have to put Ferg on the goal line. And then maybe because she can roost it. There's no doubt she can roost it, but I think in front of goal she would get a little panicked and wouldn't know what to do. So I think she'd have to be pretty close to the goal posts for her to chuck it through. But I like it. It's a bold prediction. I think maybe one of the Irish also will have a three bouncer. I can see AGM, or I can see Vicky having a 3 bouncer and hoofing it goal. I can see that. They get pretty confident as soon as they can bounce one. They try and do 3. So that'll be good. I reckon this season we'll see a 3 bouncer from one of the Irish girls as well. So that'll be fun to watch. Maybe Erica O'Shea. Who knows?
She's probably got the best technique out of all the Irish girls as far as bouncing the ball goes.
Yeah.
But even she doesn't really bounce it much.
Nah.
Yeah, so... I've got a question about the bouncing of the ball soon, so I'll get you onto that. I won't talk too much about it. Most improved player this year. Who do you think could be a most improved? Well, there's not much to pick from because they're all really good.
They're all premiership players, dude. Two times.
It's hard. The only one I could think of was maybe AGM.
Yeah.
So someone like that, I don't know. Like they're all.
Yeah,
good.
I do. I agree. No, because it's. I think for AGM, it's like getting the continuity, like her playing in her first grand final. Like obviously that group they all have, but it would if AGM has the football and the depth and that sort of continuity throughout the season to find herself in that grand final team would be huge for her. I'd be rapt for her because I think she's got a lot of talents. They think it would be really richly deserved if she's able to do that. But yeah, everyone else is kind of it's hard to be improved upon a 2-time premiership winning player. I guess I'm just trying to think. I mean, Eliza Shannon.
Yeah, she's a good player.
She's a good player, and I think she's very honest. She's not the the best in terms of talent wise, but she's quite honest. So I can see maybe her this season really cement that role. That would be pretty cool. I'd be pretty stoked for her. But I'm just trying to think about forwards. You got Bogue, Randall, all Australian, all Irish. Alice is an absolute. She's so fun. She kind of reminds me of like their Paul Curtis. Like she's just got she's a bit edgy. She does interesting things. She's fun. She can get some goals that no one else can. And then Bella Eddie's always very honest, very crafty footballer. I think she's probably a future captain down the road. Vicky Wall, enough said. She's Vicky Wall. There's the improvement. Like it's hard to see. And then you can't really do anything with the midfield because you got a Brownlow medalist and a Norm Smith in there as well. So I don't know. Maybe we could see Emma King. Like Emma King kind of, and maybe it's just my personal opinion as well. She kind of drops in and out. Like it's hard playing her role. I think she did a good job in the grand final, but maybe this is her last chance sort of saloon. Her Sheila and Carney, I feel like probably won't be there next year.
Legs,
yeah, I would have thought. So maybe this is the last season that she really goes out and gives it a crack. And she's a good player, by no means.
No.
But maybe she's going to find an extra level potentially in her last year. So who do you think? Do you have any? Oh, I guess you said AGM, hey?
Yeah, that's pretty much the only one I can think of. Maybe, there's not much. No, I can't think of anyone else, actually. I was going to say Sheeran, but she wanted to, only because she had an injury last year for a number of weeks with her hamstring. But like she won the best on ground in the grand final, so I don't think you can get much better than that.
No, she was huge. I'm just going to take a moment. I think I called that, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah,
I reckon I did. She
Oracle.
was so she was so up and about. It was like,
she was huge in it.
She was huge. And the way that also though she prepared, you could tell that she was a professional with her body, like how she did the hot and cold and the recovery and just trying to get everything right. You could just tell how much it meant to her and how much that, like, her as a player deserved to play finals on the big stage. So, yeah, maybe she goes to another level. Like you said, it's nothing bigger than playing well in a grand final, but maybe Sheeran just finds another... Because she's incredible too. You can kind of put her wherever you want. I think that's the magic behind North Melbourne is that someone falls down, but you can jigsaw your way out of it because you can kind of say, oh, well, Sheeran, we need you to play here today, or Jenna, we need you to play here, or even Bella Eddie, Tess Craven. They're all very much like, you can kind of, like magnets, you can kind of just push around. Like, I mean, Craven was drafted as an inside mid, but has turned into like probably the best winger of the league, apart from obviously Garton Smith. So I think that's the magic of North Melbourne is that they're sort of jigsaw pieces that you can kind of toss around and it all fits because they're just so talented as a group. And I really don't see anyone being able to match that talent pound for pound. Although I've just caught wind. Oh, I've just looked at the halftime scores between D's and Hawthorn. So it's 33 plays 40. So that'll be an interesting second. Yeah, not a bad game. So I might look into that after we jump off.
No, I'll definitely watch the second half of that one. I expect the D's to win, but we'll see what happens. But who could this year be the Blahin Bogue, a player that came out of nowhere and all of a sudden becomes a solid contributor, but maybe not to her level?
Yeah, I mean, I really am looking forward to seeing double hyphens debuts. Christy Lee, Weston Turner. I think that's going to be pretty big. I think she's very talented. I think maybe she wasn't in the right environment at Dogs. I don't know. It's hard to say. And often when you are a number one draft pick going to a club, there's a lot of expectations if you're in the bottom, whereas it's obviously, look at Murphy Reid, at Freo versus what Harley Reid has had to do at West Coast as well. So it's like a different sort of... Harley Reid's a dickhead, but you know what I mean. Like, he's probably not the good example. But
different environment.
Just in a different environment, right? You get to thrive, and you don't have to be the hero and stuff like that. So I think with double hyphen, and I think she's playing down back, is what I've
Yeah,
been told.
at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that will slot her in nicely in the future. So I'm really looking forward to her debut, and I'm really looking forward to her potentially locking down a role. So maybe not, obviously doesn't have the same output as Bogue in terms of the scoreboard, but I'm just excited about her development. I'm excited to see, even from just a footy fan's perspective, getting to see a number one draft pick maybe flourish, I think is exciting.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure on them, and they didn't ask for it. Like, I get it. It's quite a lethal, ruthless business at times. So I'm just kind of looking forward to watching her lock it down and maybe prove the haters wrong, and her having a really good solid season. And maybe she'll dip in and out in some VFL as well, but I think she'll really thrive with that W program. I think it'll really suit her, and I think it'll therefore, I guess, put her in a position where she can play her best football. So
Yeah, hopefully. It gives
Yeah.
you a good environment to learn off a few players, especially in that back half, Libby Birch, Ferguson, and Emma Carney. So yeah, hopefully that'll help hold her in good stead going into the future. Seems to have fitted into the club quite well as well. So looking at social media, leading goal kick, I've already said Blahey and Bogue. Have you got anyone else in mind that could possibly take it?
I'm not going to go with a small.
Too hard, isn't it?
Yeah, too hard. I wonder whether Jazzy goes down, because remember she kicked 6 against Port one
She
day.
kicked 21 last year. 21
Yeah,
goals.
she's no slouch in front of goals. She normally averages 1 or 2 a game, so it's sort of. But the problem with North is they're so unselfish. They share it around heaps. You know, Sheila has if Sheila doesn't have a bag, Randall will, or Bogue will. I don't know. Leading goal kicker. I don't know. Randall was pretty exciting on the weekends. Bogue was as well. I'm gonna, just to be contrary to you, I'll probably go Randall. I think Randall will probably be pretty big this season for her. She looks pretty excited, pretty animated. Yeah, she'll be up and about. I think she'll lead her. It'd be nice to see Bella Eddy or someone else try to net, a 15+ goal season. That would be really exciting as well. But it's always the keys. The key forwards are the targets, and I think Randall's ready to have a big one. So I'm going to lock her in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's either one of those two, to be honest.
Yeah.
Blahey and Bogue. Or, like you said, if Garner played the full year of full forward, she'd probably kick 60 goals or something.
Garner, this is the thing. As soon as Garner's like, all right, I'm a bit sick of the midfield, just chuck her in full forward for the next 10 years. Great. It's sort of like, right. LDU took that mark when they had that beautiful passage of play where they turned it over in the middle and Wardlaw got it, McKercher to Wardlaw to Sheezel, and then they hit up LDU in the square. I thought, this is perfect. This is what Jazz Garner's going to do for the next 10 years. Yeah, I was like, incredible. Can't wait for... And I was lucky enough to watch her, be plugger down for the St Kilda Sharks when she started there. And she was putting bags through there when she was a kid as well. She's just got a really great natural goal sense. So, yeah, maybe in a couple of years when she's sick of the midfield and the boots are a bit more cement-like, we can just stick her full forward and she can clunk goals from there. Sounds good to me.
No, you can't go wrong with it. Logic like that, Claire, anyway. All right. We're back to question time, Claire. So so we might as well go with that.
Burgerlicious definition, make them boys go loco.
Love. There you go.
Perfect song. Goated song.
All right. Question 1, Claire. Now, Ash Riddell and Jasmine Garner led the team in total disposals per game last year, a fair way in front. Who was third overall in disposals per game for the team last year? Was it A, Emma Carney, B, Libby Birch, or C, Amy Smith?
Oh, that's a great question. So A, Emma Carney, B, Libby Birch, or C, Amy Smith. Amy Smith racked on the wing, but Libby Birch also got a lot of 1-2s, a lot of sweeping. But hang on, just to clarify, Ferg kicked out the most, didn't she? Ferg kicked out, if they scored a point.
I think Carney kicked out a fair bit too.
Carney,
Craven, yes.
Yeah, okay, well, it changes things because I've now just thought But then again, they didn't score a lot against
Yeah,
no
that's
score.
right.
Yeah, so it's like, well, Carney kicked out, but she kicked out once a game.
Yeah, if you're lucky, yeah.
Yeah, true. But she does love getting the ball and running, carrying Carney. On average, you know what? Let's go with the former skipper. I'm going to lock in Carnes.
Off to a bad start, Claire.
Oh
So
no!
one for
Okay,
none.
one for none. Amazing. I feel like the Australian cricket team. I'm started off very poorly.
Yeah, they batted today.
Oh, woeful.
Her answer was Amy Smith.
No
260
way!
Yeah,
Oh.
265. Libby Birch was 245, and Emma Carney 219.
Oh,
So,
that one's hurt. Dean, I'm gutted about that because you know how I feel about Amy Smith. I love Amy Smith so much. Okay,
yeah.
that's all right.
Recently engaged Amy Smith too. So
I
it could-
saw that. Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
if
that's
you're
really nice.
listening, yeah, congratulations, Amy. We love you here on the podcast, and yeah, good news. Obviously, silver lining on what is probably going to be a hard year, but
Yeah,
you'll be there for
absolutely.
you'll be there for the four-peat, Amy. We have no worries. You'll be there.
No, that's it. Yeah, it'll only make them more hungry next year.
Exactly.
All right, question 2. Now, who led the team in running bounces per game last year? Was it A, AGM, Amy Gavin Mangan,
Yeah.
B, Blahin Bogue, or C, Emma Carney?
Okay, I'm not going to be sucked into Carney again. That's not happening. That's fool's gold. Bogue loves a bit of a bounce. She loves a little before she kicks, but then she does get them near goals. And AGM randomly does like to, despite not doing them well, she does like a bounce as well. The Irish. Blahin played every game. Was it on average or per game? What was it again?
Nah, in total.
Oh, in total.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Blahin played more than AGM, and Blahin played more than Carney. So, by that logic, I'm going to lock in Blahin.
You are 0 from 2,
Oh,
Claire.
God. Not good,
Amy
Dean.
Gavin Mangan 6, Blahin
wow.
Bogue 4, Emma
Okay.
Carney 2. So yeah.
Okay, 0 from 2. Great start. Justina
It's
is
not going to
winning
get
the
any
cup.
easier, Claire, just to let you know. I'll put
Yeah,
a lot of
great.
research in
Amazing.
there.
Thanks, Dean. Love that.
That's all right. I like to put you on a spot. I like to make life difficult for you, Claire. So
That's
it's
valid.
just what I do. Just ask my wife how difficult I make
Yeah,
it.
you're like the North Melbourne forward line. You're making life very difficult for
Yeah, I've got
everyone.
no
at home.
leading patterns, no forward craft or nothing. So
No, yeah, I love it.
yeah, all good. Question 3. Who had the best shot at goal accuracy percentage-wise last year? Was it A, Jasmine Garner, B, Eilish Sheeran, or C, Mia King?
Oh, shot accuracy is interesting. Obviously, Kingy missing a few helps that because you can't spray him if you're not playing. Sheeran, yeah, again, clarifying question. For the whole season, that counts grand final? Like in finals?
Yep. It
Okay,
counts
well,
everything.
Sheeran,
the whole season.
Sheeran's pretty decent in front of goal. She kicked 2 in the grand final. She kicked it, I think, the one to set us off. No, Blahin kicked us, and then Eilish kicked the second in the first quarter of the prelim against D's. I think Eilish has got a pretty good set shot goal accuracy, to be honest. Garner kicks a couple, but she also... Oh, go with your gut. I'm going to go Sheeran. Sheeran's my final lock. And the pause in your voice is not good.
No, it's not, Claire. So I'm sorry to
Oh.
let you down again, 0 from 3. But
Amazing.
the answer is Mia King, 75%.
Oh, huge. Okay, this is why my girl's going to make the best and fairest this year, because she not only is a tough inside mid, she can kick them. She just got to stay fit. That's the third thing she's going to tick off. All right.
It's not like she gets soft tissue injuries. She just had a weird knee injury last year.
Yeah, that was weird. And it would kill her because we're smashing the Tigers as well. Like, it was just, you almost like, we could have rested
innocuous.
anyone. We could have rested the entire team and they
I think it was the
still
third
lost.
quarter too, at the start of the third or something.
Yeah.
So, well, they actually played all right that day, Richmond.
Did they?
Yeah, we won by about 4 or 5 goals, but they were competitive. So, yeah.
I often think, I know this sounds bad, but I often think it's not that they're playing it's not that another opposition team is playing good. It's that we're not getting out of second gear.
It's not getting out of first gear.
We're not getting out of first gear. We're sort of just like, yeah, another game, I guess. That's very arrogant, though. I'm not manifesting good vibes with this arrogance. I've got to stay humble. I've got to watch some North men's to keep me realistic. Yeah. Anyway, let's try and get the next question right. Here we go.
Yeah, that's all right. So Garner was 61%, Isla Sheeran third, 57%. So.
Oh, jeez. Nailed that.
Now, this one's a simple true or false.
Okay.
But could be a trick question, Claire.
Oh,
Did
God.
Ash Riddell
Yeah.
have a ruck contest last year?
I think she did. I think it was like a weird thing where they balled it up and they called Riddell's name or something, or that she was the closest to it. But then she's also very short, so like it wouldn't have gone to her in a stoppage. It would have been like a Garner that is at least tall enough to go up. And I even reckon Tripodi's got a bit of height on Ash. So if it wasn't her, true or false? True or false? It's such a random question to ask. Like, why would you ask that if it wasn't true? But then also, it's a great trick question. Oh, Dean, I don't know. It's true. It's true. She did. It happens.
Yes, she had
Yes!
one ruck contest.
I'm
last
on
year,
the
so-
board. Yes, huge.
Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you which game it was.
Okay.
I've ever DM'd her to ask her the question. So.
Oh wow, that's good. And what
So
did did she know that she did it? Was she aware of it?
She hasn't got back to me, Claire. I've been ghosted. So.
She's left you on red.
yeah, left me
Oh well,
unread, so-
join the queue. Happens to the best
The
of
only
us,
one that
Dean.
doesn't leave me unread is Jazz Ferguson. So,
Yeah, well, and that's all that matters.
yeah, that's it.
That she's the only one that matters, realistically. We don't need Norm Smiths and AFLW Best and Fairest. We just need Ferg.
Yeah,
so,
that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the love of my life. So yeah.
exactly.
No. Now, question 5. So you're on the board here, Claire.
Huge.
Who had the most effective disposals last year between A, Blahin Bogue, B, Kate Sheila, or C, Jasmine Ferguson?
Oh, well, here's the thing. As soon as you put
could I be
yeah,
having a
as soon
trick
as you
thing?
put a Jazz Ferguson question, as soon as you put something in, we know. But then again, you're a trickster. You like to
Yeah,
trick
I
them.
can be, yeah.
You enjoy it, and I don't blame you. It is fun. I like to trick as well. Kate Sheila, goat. We love you, Sheila. Blahin Bogue, very effective in front of goal. But if she kicks a point, would that be considered an ineffective disposal? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard. But then, it's Fergie, it is a Fergie-based question. And you always like to glaze her. You do.
Yeah.
And that's okay,
Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
deserves it.
Yeah, 100%.
Ferg. It's Ferg.
Fergalicious
Let's just
definition,
make them
boys
go
loco.
loco.
Yeah, and it's,
Yeah,
Jazz
we love
Ferguson.
it. First Ferg
105.
question of the season, and it's
It
bang
won't be the
on.
last either, probably. So
Nah, it will not. It will definitely not. She's best backline player since period when. Don't know. Just forever an Arden Street legend. Yeah, we love Ferg. Great. 2 from what, 5 now? That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right. 40%. So yeah, it could be
That's-
worse.
that is
So,
my-
it's
that
something
is-
to build on, Claire. Something to build on, so-
Exactly. It's always good to have a ceiling and a basement. And at the moment, I'm in the basement. So it's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
It's
look,
not-
like Clarkson said, it may take us 10 years, but you'll
Yeah.
be here for the journey. So
Exactly. Everyone's got a decade of furrowed
Patience.
crow's feet. Yeah, to go through. That's fine. So, do you reckon they'll enter a 20th team or before we win a flag for the men's? Like, surely with
Oh.
Tassie coming in, they'll need to round it off with 20. So, that's a question for you. That's my pop quiz. Do you think North will win a flag before the AFL will somehow create a 20th team?
Yeah, I don't know who that 20th team will be.
Like a Darwin or something?
I'd say it'd be another SA club like Norwood because they've got a big
Okay.
following. Because they've got a big following, but I'd be tempted to just sort of say Gold Coast. you're pointless. There's no spirit of that club. Just go over to Tassie. We'll play 3 games at Gold Coast, and that's it.
Oh, wow. What,
that's what
fold
I would
Gold
be-
Coast?
Yeah, look,
Jeez.
it's not working, Claire.
Oh,
Let's be honest.
mate, 100%. You don't have any complaints from me. In fact, I take it I'm very vindicated by the fact that obviously we didn't take the keep north-south, and yeah, it's not been the most
Ugh.
prosperous years, but we've had the balls to stay to our home ground and stay true to Arden Street, whereas South Melbourne, Fitzroy, bundled up and have got fake flags and academies up there and things like that. So I am very proud of the fact that we didn't fall on our sword there. And Gold Coast are a rabble. I don't know what the hell's going on up there. If you can't make it work with all those academies, with all those high draft picks, with Petrarca coming up, they should be banned.
Premiership coach. And,
They should be banned for trading like 3 first rounds for Petrarca. That's outrageous. I can't.
But
Petrarca's
they traded a first rounder to get rid of a player to Geelong. Was it Jack Bowles
Yes.
or something? Like
Yeah, Bowles. Jack
Yeah,
Bowles.
Jack Bowles, sorry. Yeah, Jack.
They
not Jack
screwed
Bowles.
up their cap, and so they gave Geelong a free player, and he's like a top. I don't know, 15
Yeah, a
draft
top
pick.
10 draft pick.
Oh my day!
for
Yeah,
salaries.
and then Reece Shaw's doing their women's program up there, and he probably doesn't give a shit. He barely
It would be getting
so.
a good paycheck too.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
good life up there too, Claire.
Well, that's it, and that's why
nice
they.
weather.
Oh, you know what? Being a player of the Gold Coast, horrendous. Being a coach, best. But you're guaranteed a job. You got access to the beaches, the best beaches in the world, and player
Beautiful
safety
weather.
because
beautiful weather.
player to
Yeah,
say they're no good Gold Coast. So maybe they fold them.
I think we'll win one by about 2030. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
what? 26? You say 4 years from now?
yeah, I think 2029, 2030.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What? And Griffin Logue's our premiership key back?
We
or
got Cheezel Claire. That's
Yeah, that's
all
true.
you need.
Yeah, look,
we're
no-
building our club around him. So
Yeah, I think we are. I said to Dad on the weekend, I said we're about 2 or 3, one key back, and about 2 or 3 elite ball users away from being a top 6 team. Like I can see the vision, I can see it, I can understand it, I can, it's just it's hard. Like I said, 2 or 3 elite ball users, and then I can see us crack the code. But I really need a key back. I really want to go all in on this Jordan Butts bloke or Wiedering or whoever, because Charlie Comden's obviously more intercepts than he is 1v1. Cause, I don't know, 32 odd. Griffin
Yeah.
Logue, no thank you.
yeah.
And halfback's
okay.
okay. Like Luke Parker will hold
they
that down.
They've got enough of those mid-sized.
Yeah, they're
defenders,
fine. They're absolutely fine. I'm not worried about that. But if we could secure just one really good, like,
If you can
mate.
get like a prototype of Ferguson or Burke
huge.
in the men's program, yeah.
Oh my days.
yeah.
Could you
that'll make-
imagine?
yeah. I
Incredible.
could.
I could, yeah, I mean, we can dream, but yeah, a male version of Ferg in that back line,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it definitely would be. But we can only dream, Claire. That's all we can
can.
do. But yeah, we've been here a fair while here, Claire. We've had a lot to discuss.
Well, it's been a while,
unfortunately-
hasn't it, Dean? It's been a while between
yeah, it has
drinks.
been. Yeah, it's like almost when long distance relationships where you just you catch up with a person for the first time after they've been deployed overseas or something like
Yeah,
that.
a bit of FIFO. We've had a bit of FIFO, and now we're back. We're back to lock in for our girls, back to their 2026 season. Signed up members, ready to go. Predictions done. 3-peat coming. Croc, best coach. If Croc wins another flag, I think he's already won 3 out of the 6, right? Because he played 96, and then he's won 2 as a coach. Like, imagine being having fingerprints on 4 flags at Arden Street. That's enough to put a statue up, I would have thought. Like, I know you'd want a Ferg statue. I get that, and I respect that. But in theory, 96 flag plus 3 flags with the girls, that's enough, I would say, to build the statue.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
He's going to catch the men's program with the amount of flags he's going to win for the women. So
Yeah,
he's only got a
well,
couple
that's
more to
it.
go.
Yeah, literally. He's only
Yeah.
2 off. So he goes to next season. He goes into the 2028 season and he's just going to be like, yeah, boys, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing over there, but I got the juice over here. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I
He's
think
going all right.
he's going all right. I think he wins a flag this season. I'm calling it. I think we as a collective podcast audience and group of people come together and we build a statue. Thoughts?
Yep, I think that's a pretty good idea there, Claire.
Right.
So,
All right.
no,
We'll keep that on the back burner.
We'll have to get into contacts with some people. So
Yeah, look, that's okay. Look, those are the details.
That's it.
Details, they're fine. We'll figure that out down the track. We've got, 12 to 16 rounds to figure that out come finals. But you know people, I know people, we'll make it work. I'm not stressed.
No, definitely not stressed. No, definitely not stressed with the AFLW program. But Claire, a massive thank you to you and Jacinta. Jacinta dropped out a little bit earlier. She said something happened to her. She did send something in a WhatsApp message group then. But, I haven't read it properly. But it's been a great chat. Looking at both sides of this football club and what promises to be a huge Saturday for North Melbourne. Hopefully this is something they're going to implement over the course of, number of years now. Like it's going to be every year thing, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
The men's team will be looking to build on that fantastic 23-point win over the Bulldogs and show that the performance wasn't a one-off, hopefully, and then the AFLW season gets underway. Obviously 1 o'clock, so that'll be before the men's game, with the girls beginning their quest for something pretty special. The 3-peat, Claire, back-to-back premiers, and now the opportunity to make even more history. So make sure you get behind both teams this Saturday. Enjoy the footy, and hopefully we'll have plenty to celebrate by the end of the day. So, Claire, thanks so much for coming on.
Been a pleasure, Dean. I'll see you at the Marvel Bar for a beer.
Sounds good. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Send Claire a comment, tell her how good she is, how good it is to have her back. Thanks again for listening and supporting the Hashtag Kangaroos podcast.